You are live.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Marilyn does not know what she's doing.
You do
Hello,
now.
David. Hello, James. Yeah. Hello, Carol. Let's have some more on then. Come on, let's have some more. I've got an interview ETA. Come on, James. Come on, Dave. Share.
I need to come
Right, now what's this about these banners? I'm fiddling now. Banners. Create a banner.
Yeah.
Ticket.
Yeah.
Add a banner.
Type whatever you want in there. Within reason.
Welcome, everyone. Come and join in the fun. But be nice. Or out you go. Quicker than you come in. Now
click on it.
Right.
So it says show.
You don't say show.
If you
There's
hover
that
cursor
banner again.
No, if you have a cursor over where it is now, it should say show.
I don't. Yes, got it.
There you go. Look.
Oh, I'm getting there, ain't I?
Yeah.
I'm getting there. Oh,
That's it.
oh, right. Well, we got 3 people on.
We've got 6. Do you know
yeah.
sometimes it does that to us, Nanny Lynn. It starts off and then it drops and then it just comes back up because sometimes notifications don't get sent out. So
Right.
it's just waiting for everybody to share, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it says 9 now.
There we go.
Well, I've not expected too many, but you never know.
You never know.
So I've got. I could click off Facebook, can't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got 2 lots of StreamYard, but I ain't touching it just in case.
James didn't get a notification.
He didn't. So how do I get people to?
They have to subscribe and hit the bell.
Oh yeah.
And then
you got to hit the bell.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you, Carol, for sharing out.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Carol. There's a bad delay. Well, sorry.
Sorry, I'm just reading what it says. What David put? What's your name? So our name is Lindsay and John.
I presume he means us because I presume he knows you.
Oh, he's messing about. James says hello, and Dave said about time. And what's your name? And his son said, he said, don't be rude. I don't know. And then they said there was a bad delay. So, well, it's early days, isn't it? So, we can, what's this called? Brand.
What's brand?
You know, in top corner, I don't know if you can do it on free version. In top corner where it says powered by StreamYard.
No.
In your
I got it. Colouring stuff. Nah.
Yeah, you can change your colour and you can change background and that little symbol in corner and all that.
I'll leave that then. Yes. How do I get it bloody off? Oh,
just
go back to Carol. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, just click back on. Yeah. So come on then. Are we having any more or what? I don't know where.
I'm just trying to share on our channel.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like when you've got invite, it only comes up as email or Gmail or Messenger, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So you can't really sort of.
So how's your day been, Nanny Lynn?
Not too bad. I didn't get up very early again, but I didn't get cussed this time. I think he learned his lesson He learned his lesson because I didn't speak to him all night.
Oh,
That's what he's swaying about. We went out to the field with Bella, and she's flat out now.
oh, bless her.
I just been pottering about doing my list for the for Sean's memorial and finding out who's coming, who went, because you need to know for food.
You do, yeah.
Yeah, because is it 31st tomorrow? Or is there only a 30th? It is, and then the 1st, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just been and then fiddling with this. Not a lot really. What have you been?
Yeah.
What have you been doing?
Well, we didn't get in while 3 o'clock this morning. Well, we got in for about 2.
Hey.
We didn't get to bed while 3.
Right.
I was up at 6:30. Got to daughters for 7:30. And we've just
my God.
got back in about 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're at 3 o'clock. So been a busy day.
Yeah.
But
is that from last night?
Yes, we were very quiet last night, weren't it?
Yeah.
A couple of responses, but we couldn't get to the first venue that we'd picked.
Oh yeah. Someone Marie said that. Yeah.
Yeah, we were having trouble.
I was doing some research on that. It's ruins now, isn't it?
Which one? The first one or the second one?
Yeah, the first one.
No, it's not ruins. It's I think it's like a museum now.
Oh, right. So it's complete then.
Yeah, it was.
Right. Yeah, I read there was a museum added to it, but then I saw something. Unless I obviously looked at something else, it looked like it was in ruins.
There is actually.
I obviously clicked on.
Further down from where the castle is, there's like a ruin of like an old archway kind of thing further down, but it's in woods.
So there is.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The castle itself still there. It's only It's only a small castle.
Yeah, for what I saw, it didn't even look like a castle, but and then the museum bit on the side was quite modern.
Yeah, there has been a bit added to it.
Yeah,
I don't know when that was. It was originally built as a hunting lodge.
Yeah, so I read that. Yeah. Ah, right. I don't know what to do about sharing them. We'll just have to carry on, won't we? And then they can watch it back or whatever, can't they?
Well, they can. I mean, we've got a couple sharing in chat. David shared in chat. Carol shared in chat.
Oh, hello, Rachel. Didn't see you slip in.
And we've just shared it out on the YouTube community and on Facebook page as well, the live. So hopefully we'll get a few more popping in.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. But yeah, we can. I could build on it, can't I? At least I'm on here now.
Yeah.
I didn't think I'd do it, but the reason I've done it is because I want to invite people on like yourself and tell stories like and people of my events and everything, and then just share it out, chit chat, or just doing some ramblings, rumblings. Rumblings.
How did it go last night, Nanny Lynn? Because you did a.
It was very good. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. It went very well. There was only 16 of us in the end. There should have been 17, but I mean, before this COVID, we had 30 people, but they've had to halve it because it's only a small conservative area. But once they shut the door, it's all ours, and we get on with it. So we all got there about 7:15, something like that. Had our meal just after 7, which was all very nice. I had Hunter's chicken, and it was really nice. And then when we'd all had our food, Mikey, the medium, went on for a good hour, and he was spot on with everything. It really uplifted everybody.
Wow,
the evidence, the validation, and the room itself, you could feel the energies in there. When I used to do a lot of suppers and everything in there, it became very, very very spiritual room.
Yeah.
The energy is always uplifted people, even though they, if I didn't do an event in there, and they had other events, when we went in, it was still lovely to go in. Hello, Paul. Hello, darling. Oh, Rachel, thank you for sharing, darling. Yeah, thank you. Oh, hello, Moira. That's Paul's mum. Hello, darling. Yeah, we get more in on YouTube now, Paul. Paul's going to help me finish. When Paul's not so busy, he's going to help me finish a video that we were a DVD that we started many years ago about the walks. You don't have to walk around everywhere or whatever, but we'll sort it out. But at the moment, Paul's very, very busy.
Yeah.
Moira here. Nice to see you, darling. Yeah, if I said to anybody, if they want to come on and chat with us, then they're welcome to. But obviously, I want to talk to you two first. So we're gonna crack on, and they can catch up, can't they? They can look back. Can. Is that all right with you?
Yeah.
Is that with you? Are you sitting sitting comfortably?
Yes.
Good. Well, good evening, ETA.
Good evening, Nanny.
How are you both?
Very good today, thank you. Tired, but we're good.
Oh, Moira says I look professional with the headphones. Okay, flattery will get you everywhere, Moira. So, anybody dropping in, where this is quite a test because I've never done this before. I've always been interviewed, but not the interviewee. I think that's a word, yeah. Yep. So, these two lovely people, Lindsay and John, they are a paranormal group. Get on with it. Dave always says this. So used to say that to me at the quiz. Get on with it. Thank you, Rachel. Reposted on ET as well as my own wall. And they've done paranormal investigations together. And Lindsay does tarot card readings. And I'd like to know a little bit more about you both and others people that's watching. So first off, how did you both meet?
Go on,
we met. Daughter come home one day, and
she what?
Roofied me.
I didn't roofie you.
She drugged me drinking pub one night.
No,
really? Oh, tell me more.
The first time I spoke to John, my middle daughter had lost a mobile phone. She'd been to the shop to have a tattoo done because John used to work as a tattooist.
Oh, okay.
So she'd lost her phone, and she got John to phone me to speak to me. And then about a week later, I
didn't know this at the time, but she's quite usual for her to lose phones.
So she'd sell her phone. And then the week after, I said to Ashley, I want a tattoo doing. So she said, come to this shop. So we went to the shop, and John were in the shop. And I says, I want a tattoo doing. I want all my back doing. I explained what I wanted. And then John says, have you got any other tattoos? And I says, yeah. So he says, I says, do you want to have a look at them? And he said, yes. The next minute, I started to drop my trousers because I've got one on my leg.
All right. Oh.
And he went, no. I says, you're okay. I says, I've got a long T-shirt on, you can't see. And then I showed him. And then, I don't know, it was like that instant, weren't it? Yeah. But
then we started talking.
We just talked, and then I didn't book in with John to do my tattoo. I'd booked in with other gentlemen that were his partner. And
business partner.
Yeah. And as he was doing my tattoo, he kept saying to me, he's single, John's single. And I was like, oh, all right then. Well, I was single at that time. And we just went upstairs and we were talking. And then
excuse me, back. You went upstairs?
I went upstairs in the shop.
Yeah,
just to clarify.
Because where our shop was, you walked into the shop and it was like a waiting area, and then you had to go downstairs where it were all set up to tattoo.
Okay, then. Clarified. Thank you.
So I went back upstairs, and Brett gave me John's phone number. And he said, keep in touch with John to do with your tattoo because you've got to book back in. So I just messaged John on Wednesday, and we started talking. I think we were talking all night, weren't we? And after about 9 hours of talking, is there a telly on in background, Nanny Lynn?
Oh, it's our neighbours. Hang on, I'll shut the door. They're outside on the party. Shut up!
Oh, they're having a party.
I don't reckon
You can hear it booping. I think Nanny Lynn's still got a volume up a bit.
No, I got it off.
Is it off?
Is that better? Oh, yeah, I've turned my speakers off.
Oh,
is that better? Yeah. Can you still hear them? You more?
Yeah, I can still hear you.
That's all better. There's no echo now.
There's no echo.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can't. Yeah.
So yeah, after about 8 hours of talking to him, he'd not asked me out at this point. So I just said to him, aren't you asking me out or what? Are you gonna ask me out or what? And he said, I'm getting round to it. I says, well, do you fancy meeting up next week?
Oh wow. You little Aussie forward, eh?
And I know, and, yeah, and then that were it. We met up following Wednesday. And that were it. From then, 9 years. Be 10 years next year that we've been together.
Wow. You just led me into another. You've just led me into another story. You keep doing this. I didn't wait for Grumpy to ask me either. We were sat in the car, we were talking all night, and then after a couple of weeks and whatever, or a couple of months, he tried to get his words out, and I said, what are you trying to say? He said, I just want to ask, and I said, to marry me? And he went, well, can we get engaged first? I wish I'd never asked. So there you go. You were forward as I was forward. So we've been together nearly 10 years then.
10 years in
That's
May
great.
Next year.
Yeah.
Great. Congratulations.
And he needs congratulations.
Oh, bless him. Rachel says, oh my God, sounds like me and Scott. I was the bossy one and he was the shy boy. Yeah. Oh, there you go. See, forceful women. Yeah. So you've been together. Nearly 10 years.
Yeah.
And how long have you been investigating then for paranormal stuff?
With each other, on and off, after about the first 6 months, because we didn't tell the other one that we were into ghost hunting or paranormal in case the other one thought that we were stupid.
The other one? Sorry, you've lost me.
So, do you know,
I wouldn't tell Lindsay in case
I didn't believe it.
Hunting. It never came up in conversation. It was something we didn't discuss.
Oh, okay.
So I would send out to Lindsay in case she went, you're a bit of a Fruit Loop looking for ghosts, you weren't you? And she would say, she would send out to me.
I got you. Yeah. So there was a bit of a delay.
Yeah.
There was, yeah. And then it come in from work one night, and I think I was watching Zach Baggins on TV. And I says, oh, I'll turn it off. He went, oh, no. He says, I like this. He says, I don't mind watching this. I was like, yeah. Do you fancy going on ghost hunts then? And he were like, well, yeah, when we can. Obviously, because we've got kids and everything else. They were only like certain times we got time on his own to actually go out and do things. But once kids got to a certain age, it's then took off from there. So, but yeah, we've been into paranormal from a young age.
Both of us have been into paranormal from a young age. Yeah. But actually investigating on social media, it's only just been over a year.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. So relatively new then, really. Yeah. Carol says, is someone scratching? I was doing that.
No.
Otherwise, I don't know.
I think it's when with neighbours, before you shut door, Nanny Lynn.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah.
10 years, me and Tracy on 14th of Feb.
Oh, yeah. That's Valentine's Day, isn't it?
Yeah. Shall I tell you another freaky fact?
Yeah.
The freaky fact is, I said to John on the first date, because I like to know star signs. So I says to John, I says, when's your birthday? So he went, July. I went, mine's July. He went, is it? I went, yeah. He went, mine's 31st. I went, don't lie to me. And he went, I'm telling you. He says, July 31st, 72.
So I've got my driving license out.
And I got mine out, and mine says July 31st, 1974.
Wow. Wow.
But
that is spooky.
It was.
She's 2 years older than me.
I'm not 2 years older than you.
I'm 2 years older than Linda.
Yeah.
So I was born in 1972 and Lindsay were born in 74.
Right.
Same day.
So there's 2 years difference between you two.
Yeah.
But we're at the same day.
Yeah. Wow. That is spooky. So you've been investigating for a year together now, yeah?
Yeah, online. Before that, we used to go on ghost hunts before that. But
did you go with other people, other groups?
Yeah, other groups. Like we used to go on events and things like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to pay and then do whatever they say, and and you decided to we could do this on our own.
Yeah.
I'm not putting words into your mouth, but
no, there were things like when you go on an event, there's a thing like, well, I'm not bothered about doing that, or I'd do it different if I did it. And that's when we got talking, and we said, well, we might as well do it ourselves.
Yeah. Well, why not? So where is the scariest place you've done? That's both of you, or you might be the same, or both different.
For me personally, I think it's got to be a wooded area, any woodland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it gives me. I think it's the fact that, especially in summer on a dark night, you can't see anything around you, and because you see shadows from tree leaves, from branches, and and that. But apart from that, I've never had a scare experience that were paranormal related.
No, you just felt uncomfortable.
But to me, I feel uncomfortable in woodland. Yeah.
And I've never been anywhere that scared me.
Yeah.
No. Oh, okay. So you're okay then, John. You're the hard man.
It don't bother me. I'm more frightened at living than I am dead.
I think though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think because because we are still new to this kind of paranormal carry on. But we've never really been to any location that's had that.
But we work with a light anyway.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, so I've always had that impression that you both have been going for years. So that shows how good you are, because it feels like you've been going for years. You know what you're talking about. You're very professional, and I would have said you've been going for years. I really would.
Yeah, no.
Rachel just said my Chester's one tomorrow. Is that an investigation Rachel's going on? Is it?
No, I think it's a cat. It's a cat's one tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So is there any place that, well, in a sense, it's the same sort of question, but is there any place that you would not ever go again? With John, it don't sound like he will. Whether it was because it was rubbish or because it's.
There probably would be a few that I wouldn't bother about going again, because I'm just trying to think of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. On,
are they all local to you? Yeah.
So some of them are. I mean, we do a lot. I mean, we live in Sheffield, in South Yorkshire. We do quite a lot around South Yorkshire area, Sheffield, Rotherham, Barnsley, Doncaster. But we do travel to like West Yorkshire, North Yorkshire.
Well, we are that. Yeah.
Derbyshire. We do quite a few in Derbyshire, Nottinghamshire.
Right.
So local-ish. We in 2 hours so far. I think 2 hours has been as longest one. Apart from when we used to have a boat on Norfolk Broads.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
When we came and went down there, obviously It's 4 hours drive for us down there. We actually investigated a place called St. Bennett's Abbey.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, right.
So that's
That was
probably the
interesting.
furthest
one we've ever done.
Yeah.
I think for me is John goes to locations on his own. I know I couldn't go to them locations on my own.
No.
If it was inside a secure building, I'd be okay. But if it was an outside location or abandoned building, I wouldn't go nowhere near there on my own. There is no qualms.
I can't say I would. No. Oh, Rachel's clarified. It was a nephew.
Oh, nephew. Sorry, Rach.
That's all right. And she said this the other day to Lindsay. I don't know what that means. Yeah. So, so there's quite a few places around you then, but like you said, you don't want to travel too far because you've got to allow, say, like 2 hours there, hour or so online, and then back. It is pretty tiring, isn't it? So you couldn't do it daily, could you, without having to have a day off or rest or something? Being as it is only you two, there's no more in your team, is there? It's just you.
Just two. I mean,
you can't sort of delegate, can you?
No. I mean, anybody's welcome to come with us. You know what I mean? If we're ever in an area and somebody wants to come with us, then we have no problem anybody meeting us and coming with us. But no, there's nobody officially on the investigation team.
No.
But how do you put a question up when somebody's... right. Hang on.
You have to click it, that's it.
Hey! I found it.
Antwerp Mansion, like when watching yours and John's Sixth Sense video, it felt like a weird place. It was a weird place.
It was weird. They were weird. In some rooms, it just felt normal. You just felt like it were just any normal place that you visit. You didn't feel anything, but there was such a weird atmosphere in some rooms.
Upstairs for me.
But when we first, the lady that runs it, she took us round on a tour, and she said the energies or the spirits of that Antwerp. If they like you, then you feel at home. It feels like home. And if they don't like you, then you never come back again because you don't.
Right.
I didn't feel at home, but then again, I'd love to go back. So, but Lindsay said it felt like home.
Yeah. Is that if I remember correctly, obviously tell me if I'm wrong, but is that place where it was very posh looking? Or am I getting it wrong? It looked very posh. No?
Ashbourne.
No?
Antwerp Mansion.
It was. I can't remember history to it now. It was originally
Gentleman's Club.
No, it was Gentleman's Club. Originally a house, and it turned into a gentleman's club, and then it was a conservative club. Then it changed into a nightclub, and then it were a rave scene last off.
I remember. Yeah. So it's been quite a few different things then, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So have either of you actually seen a ghost or an apparition?
With the
corner at eye.
It's always corner at eye. Never one that I could definitely say that 100% that were paranormal, but I believe I have,
Yeah. And I think the weirdest thing that I ever caught was a lot, and it sounds daft, Danny Lee. It looked like a fairy flittering round a tree.
Just a bright light.
Oh, right, no, that's not that. That's probably a wood nymph.
Well, we was in General Cemetery, and we was to the side where we'd only do vortex underneath the roof. And John was setting that up, and then I just glanced at this tree, and there's no roads behind it that the lights could be reflecting from, that we could physically see that night. And you could see this it were a light flying in between the branches. Then it swooped down. Then it swooped back in, and it was just going round. But we were I don't know how to describe from where we were. We were quite a way away from it.
Yeah.
So to see it as big as we did, it couldn't be a moth. There's no way that were a moth. To be a moth, it would have had to be a massive thing. So we've got footage of that one. I'll send you footage, Nanny Lynn, and let you have a look and see what you think.
Yes, please.
That one were really interesting. That one. And we've been back in daytime to see whether we can see anything that had put a light on it and make something light up. We've gone back and done other investigations there, and we've never seen it again. But when you go to that cemetery, a lot of people are capturing elementals.
Oh, right. Okay.
Like, and it's very strange.
What's the wood again? Sorry.
It's it's General Cemetery in Sheffield. It's a very old cemetery, but it's
not used anymore. It's short.
Yeah, it's closed.
Is that the one they call the Forgotten Cemetery?
It could be that one or Ward's End. Because Ward's End
there's two in Sheffield. There's one called Ward's End that we did for a week, and that's the one that the cursed grave's supposed to be at. The alleged cursed grave. It's not cursed at all. But General Cemetery, a lot of people used to call it the Jesus Graveyard.
Oh, weird.
Because a certain investigator went there and got an EVP that said "I'm Jesus" on it.
So it got nicknamed that.
You know, for titles.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, Dave said, do you think, would it have been a bat that you saw? You know, when you saw that? You said it lit up, didn't you?
Yeah, Dave.
It
were illuminating. And even our torches from that distance, I don't think I had torch. I think I had light on camera. Even the light on our camera, it was too far away. For it to have been a reflection of ours.
I can't even think to judge.
It were quite a while though.
It weren't. It were over 50,
it's hard to describe, isn't it?
It were over 50, 60 feet away. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. It might have been 120 feet away.
But Michelle says she remembers watching that one.
Yeah, James said, especially the Antwerp house, especially where the child fell. He said it was a weird part of the video.
Was.
Yeah, because a boy fell through the roof, didn't they, or a child fell?
But before we went, we did a lot of research on it before we went, and we also watched a few videos on YouTube of different teams just to see what they picked up on. And there were a couple that picked up demonic and negative, and we never picked up anything like that. None of us, neither us, John or Simon, none of us picked a negative.
No.
No.
But neither did the lady, though. She has her kids running about in that place, and she's been round spirit from a young girl. So the spirit energies don't frighten her at all, because she's the lady who actually lives there. It's normal for her to see spirits. So her daughter doesn't fear spirits. So her daughter plays all over that place. It's like a big playground, isn't it? So
yeah. All right. Which is the best video evidence that you've had, do you think? Or just the best video that you've caught things?
I think there's a few. The one when John did the fear factory on his own, and we caught an apparition of a little girl. You can very clearly see. And we did take a photo afterwards to show that there was no graffiti or anything along that wall that could have shown that one. But do you know when it's so hard to remember?
I mean, General Cemetery, the General Cemetery, we do seem to get a lot of audio from there. Not much, audio, but it's more audio we get there.
But we've had and we've had strange things happen, but not in. I think if we put it all together, we'd have like an handful of experiences. Because a lot of time we go out and we don't get any interaction with the REM bears or the flashy balls or anything, and then you can go out again next night and it might be they don't stop flashing or REM bear doesn't stop going on, and it's so weird. I think in Anna's Church that holds a very special feeling when you go there. Very spiritual. Frannersley Church.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
I love old churches.
Yeah.
Old churches are my best, and castles, and then trying to find out the history and the researching of it. And hello, Dr. Villian. Hello, welcome.
Hey, Jeremy.
I love to watch that sort of thing, and then look up the research and see how it used to be if you can, or look inside. You know, I just love all that, and it's great because you're sat here and watching rather than walking around it. Although it is nice to walk around, I do used to be able to love to walk around, but I am very restricted, like yourself, Lindsay. So
you need a big
it's annoying, but we. It's annoying, but it don't stop us, do it?
It doesn't. No. We push ourselves, I think, sometimes a little bit too much.
Yeah, I think so.
I think a lot of people do that. But yeah, I think it's again though. I mean, if you've got capability of using mobility scooters or use it to go to certain locations. Honestly, Nanny Lane, it's amazing.
Yeah. John has to keep running behind. She's off.
That was one thing we said when we started this. We obviously, Lindsay being having disabilities, it were also to show people that they can do things by using. Your disability doesn't define you, who you are.
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
You use age or use different things.
Because it did, didn't it? Yeah. It did. It really did. It really did define me. I was fine when I had to use walking sticks or my crutches, whatever they are. I was fine when I had to use that. Then when I had to use the wheelchair, I felt like nobody could see me in the wheelchair. And you sort of like lose a big part of yourself because
oh God, yes.
People, you could go into a shop and people ignore you and they speak to John over me, and I'd be at dinner, and then having to use mobility scooter again, it were like I were being stripped of more. And I can relate to there's millions of people out there that'll sit in house and not use scooters. So I said to John, I'm going to use scooter online. As much as I hate being seen on it, I'm going to use. And
that's just it. That's just ignorance on the other people's part, though, to exclude you in any conversation. You know, I mean, when I was poorly and I'd lost, I'd gained a lot of weight. Obviously, everything started hurting and aching and paining, and so a friend of mine borrowed a wheelchair, and she took me all the way around Harry Potter, the studio and stuff, and it was brilliant. But and that was fine because there's other people there and whatever. We got to the front of the queues and stuff like that. But I felt guilty because I knew I could walk, but I just couldn't walk far, and I couldn't stand too long. No way could I stand in the queues. And then we went to Stratford. She said, "Look, Lynn, we're going to walk all around Stratford. We'll go to this mobility place." So we went to this mobility place, and my chest and my stomach and everything was churning. And the woman said, "No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Other people use it, whatever." And it was free for mobility for Stratford, and she said, "Sit in it and see what it's like." And she showed me where they all were, and she said, "Use this one." I just stood there and cried, and I thought, "Is this what it comes to?"
Yeah.
And I was, I just didn't know how to accept it.
Yeah.
And then we bought a second-hand one, and it's been in my porch for yonks that I've never used because I lost weight and I was fine.
Yeah.
But now with this flaming COVID, I've put all the weight back on again. But I'm determined not to sit in the damn thing.
That's
I do understand what you're saying. I do understand what you're saying. Yeah. What's Dr. Villian say? I betrayed John and Lindsay. I joined the dark side of the Force. I joined the ghost lady. You haven't betrayed anybody, darling. You're all right. You're all right. No. But, so we've.
So we thought we'd start just to show people that you can still do ghost hunts. You can still be involved.
Absolutely.
just have to use aids that you need to go around.
Yeah, and what's the hurry? You stop and start when you want to.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you had that RAF place, well, blooming heck, you was on turbo power. You were gone, weren't you? Because it was all flat.
When we,
Poor John was it.
Yeah,
John was
on one
talking
of
to
them.
us. Yes, she's off.
Yeah, she's off. But yeah, I mean, there's some locations that we go to that we can't get scooter. And for them, I mean, last week we did Sherwood.
Robin Hood experience.
Yeah,
Robin Hood. Yeah,
we all them stairs.
You're still suffering now.
I'm still suffering now.
Oh, yeah, you done the stairs.
Yeah, because I'd done. I didn't just go up them once. I went up them twice because I thought I was being clever.
Yeah.
I thought I was being clever, and then I was like, no, I can't do this.
No.
But
can I pop you on?
Yeah, you live and you learn, don't you?
Oh, you're just like me. You think, well, they're going, and I'm here. I'm not missing out, so I'm going to have a look. And then 2 or 3 days later, you're still poorly because you were stubborn. Yeah, basically.
Yeah. But
I swear it's a rocket powered scooter. It probably is. It probably is. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I mean, thank God we got them, really, isn't it? So we can get about and do it. Years ago, they just had to suffer, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. And then, so, I mean, like you said, some of the locations, John asked, I sit in car while he goes out and investigates. I'm security. Yeah.
Do you feel all right sat in the car on your own?
Yeah, because a lot of places where we go to, he'll take a walkie-talkie. So if he's far, and we park the car in a position that if I need to drive away, I can drive away from the scene. And I can let him know or let people know in chat that I can.
Speedy Gonzales.
Yeah. I mean, I can't drive far, but I could drive out of a bad situation.
See, that worries me more when I'm out on my own and Lindsay's in car. I'm more worried about Lindsay sat in car than I am myself. So I've already said to Lindsay, like, if any kids come round or anything knocking about, places you go sometimes kids turn up. I said, just drive off and leave me. Just go. I can handle myself.
I do. I put my window down a bit, and I'll start talking to them when they turn up. The first time John went to the Fear Factory, a car pulled up with 2 young kids in. So I wound my window down as they were getting out of the car, and I went, "Excuse me, you can't go in that building." I says, we've only just started investigating in there. I says, you can go in later, I'll let you know when. And he went, no, you're all right, love. He says, we're going in that one. And I'm like, oh, okay then. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, right.
Yeah. I mean, there is places I go where I won't put windows down to anybody, but
no, you never know who's about, do you?
No, you don't. But but it's just become such a big part of his life now, hasn't it?
I think it has a lot of people, hasn't it? Because it's so fascinating, and it's really great that people can actually watch you like we're watching now from our armchairs, like, get the drinks and the snacks ready and watch you, and I always feel sorry for you if it's raining or if it's a miserable night or whatever, but you still go out, don't you?
Yeah, we do.
What's this mean? No, Moira, I haven't got a dark side. That's just Dr. Villian's his sense of humour, I believe.
It is.
The only dark side I've got is when I shout at Grumpy when he gets on my nerves. And then I'm dark. Oh yes, I'm dark then. Yeah, but yeah, it's all good. It's all good fun in that. And I notice you're doing more in the day as well, aren't you? Which is absolutely lovely. I love to see you do in the day. But of course, it's taking up your time all the time for everybody, isn't it? And let's face it, you don't get paid, do you? Only whatever. Yeah. So you must have that passion, and you must have that love of wanting to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the daytime ones, I think what it is for us, because it is a passion and we enjoy it. We enjoy going round in daytime and spending time together. even though we might be on camera, but like we'll take you to a location and it's like we're going to look at like
we went to Sutton the other week.
Yeah, we went to Sutton, didn't we, other week, and we showed you around Sutton Scarsdale Castle. But when we come off live, sometimes me and John may stay there a bit longer. And do a bit, or when we first get there, we'll do his own bit and then we'll go live. So it's I think we just enjoy sharing them experiences out.
I know a lot of people feel the same, but I'm just fascinated with the history of places and things.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Grumpy isn't, he telly and that's it. But Dave was saying he misses the overnighters. We used to do overnighters and that. Yeah. So is there anywhere you two would like to stay overnight anywhere?
We've done one. We did one. We did a hotel. We did Mosborough Hall Hotel.
Yeah.
Okay, when was that? I can't remember that one.
Last year.
Or was that before I knew? Oh, it might have been before I knew you.
Yeah, well, that's it. We're really quite early on. We did that.
Yeah.
And we booked into a hotel for night. And two ladies came with us, Ange and Claire. And they knew one of the girls that worked there, so we got access to rooms that you wouldn't have normally, been allowed in. But it was brilliant. We spent all night. I mean, we think we live. It was before we could go live on YouTube, so we were live on Facebook. And on Facebook, you can only stream for 4 hours, and we actually ended up doing it in 3 parts. We had to keep ending live and starting again because it went on for about 10 hours, didn't it? Live stream.
But enjoyable. History. I think history is key to a lot of places. That we
absolutely.
Go to.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I love to try and think of how it used to be and that, and he got the ghost bug.
But and I think it's fascinating people that you meet. But I think what works for us is because we haven't got the kids, so you've got no pressure from in relationship that we've got to do this with kids first.
Kids are growing up now, aren't they?
Do you know? So it makes it that because we've waited, I think it makes it that much easier. And because we've been together as long as we have done, we enjoy doing this together as well.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So, I mean,
at that point of enjoying each other's company.
Well,
well, that's something. Grumpy doesn't like to do anything I do. He loves his telly too much.
But you get that in a lot of relationships, don't you? I mean, a lot that watch us, their other halves don't watch it, or they're not interested in it. But I think that's why it works so well for us on that personal side. And we don't, and again, like you said, Nanny, we don't do the drama side. We don't jump on it. We don't.
Exactly. That's why I was always drawn to you two.
Yeah.
Always drawn to you two. There was no drama. You didn't talk about any other teams.
No.
If somebody started something, you shut it down. But most of the time, nobody started anyway. That's what I loved about you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No drama, and that's what I like to do.
I just think we have enough drama going on in his own lives without adding extra drama. And when I come on the channel, I want to be having a laugh and a joke and.
Yeah, exactly.
The content within the channel, and I think that's what makes you chat a really good chat as well. So I think so. And you also do tarot card reading, don't you, darling? I do. Yeah. I did.
When did you do these?
I started doing tarot cards in my 20s, but at that point in my life, I wouldn't have done tarot cards for the right reason. It would have been a financial reason that I wouldn't have done it. So I sort of stopped doing them because it's not that I don't believe you shouldn't charge, but for me at that age, it was the wrong time. I'd have been one of these that would be saying 30, 40 quid a reading, something like that. It was literally the wrong time. And then earlier this year, just before COVID, I said to John, I'm going to try my cards again. So I just did all our moderators in the chat. I asked them to send me a number. It's your speaker that I can hear now.
No. Oh, right.
Are you coming back on now?
Yeah, I was just.
And then I was like, they enjoyed the readings that I gave them, and they were all like, "Oh, you should try this. You should do it online." And I was like, "I didn't." And then I did, and the responses I got was.
But you went on first, didn't you? We didn't have camera on you. We had camera on cards.
I was sort of scared. I was scared to have my face on camera. Oh, bless! Thank you, Rachel. But I've just done tonight a tarot reading for, Dave's son.
James.
Oh, right, brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he sent me a friend's request, and I messaged him back, and I said, "I'm not being rude, but I'd rather not add you as a friend till after the reading."
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So
I
did him a reading, and now I'll add him as a friend. So but I agree. Lindsay did one, and it was spot on. Thank you, James.
I'm trying to find it. Yeah, there you go.
So
I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to this clicking.
I know. But and thank you for James for allowing me to read for you. But we do tarots. I don't have a set day. I don't know whether to pick a set day to go on, but there's always things that happen that I might not be able to get on. So I just go on when I've got some free time to do things.
So. The medium friend of ours was on like last night. He does readings on a Sunday now. Every Sunday, I think about 3:00. And I think, in a way, people like consistency, so they know where they are.
Yeah.
So I know, like you said, you're busy and you can't do that. But if enough people know that you do it when you do it and they get notifications, that's just as good, isn't it? So, I mean, I know.
We have been trying to sort something out, haven't we, for a day and a time. We've done it a few times, but things like that, like we said, right, Lindsay will do tarots at 8:00 on a Thursday. We'll say for instance.
Yeah.
We'll go out. We'll have Monday off. We'll do Tuesday chit chat. Wednesday we'll go out on investigations. Thursday tarot. Friday, Saturday, Sunday we'll do investigation. And then it'll rain Wednesday, and we'll think we're not in this. Then we go out Thursday on Wednesday.
All change. It's all change, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I was like you when I first done crystal readings. I thought, I can't charge. That's not right. But a lot of people said you've got to charge something because of exchange of energies. I said, okay, then, so I'll just charge a minimum amount then, and that's what I do now. And I go to people's houses if it's local, because obviously I don't drive and Grumpy got to take me. So if I'm in somebody's house and I'm in error, he's sat in the car waiting, I've got to be careful how long I'm going to be.
You have to get Netflix. Do you?
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh yeah. I think he has actually, but I don't think he's set it up. He hasn't got a clue. I can't give him too much to do. That'd blow his mind. So do you do anything like that, John? Let's hear a little bit about you, darling. I know you're pagan. Let's hear a little bit about you.
I hate talking
he
about
hates talking about himself.
Come on.
Like most people of our age, I was christened, born, and I was Christian, but I would never really begin to church, and I always questioned religion. And for me, and I don't mean to offend anybody, and if anybody's religious, I do apologise, but to me, religion is just a way of controlling people.
Well, it's your own opinion. That's perfectly fine. You know, that's not upsetting anybody. Everybody's individual. Everybody's their own person. You believe what you believe or you don't. It's up to you. So you're only voicing your opinion.
Yeah, I looked into paganism and things like that, and old religions, and they just made more sense to me. I just prefer them. I am learning witchcraft. and I have been for years. But with work and with ghost hunting now and everything else, it's fitting it in and trying to do it.
Yeah.
So that all interests me. Like I said, I've been into paranormal since I was young, since I had an experience with some friends when I went into this building. Because when you're kids, you go into like abandoned buildings, playing and whatever. Lads do anyway, I don't know about lasses. And we went in this one building, and these two friends that went in before me, so they came, as I was going through the door in, they came running out saying, my God, there's two dogs in there. But they were just the heads they could see, and they were floating. So we ran out, we went over this wall.
Oh my God.
I didn't see them. As we jumped over this wall at the side, there was two dogs' graves that were there. So that just sparked my interest with, you know, is it a coincidence? Not?
Yeah.
And ever since then, I've always researched and looked and read and everything that comes on telly. I mean, I've watched them all the Ghost Adventures, Most Haunted, all lot of, you know what I mean? I used to be anything I could watch, because I mean, it weren't. If you go back 10 years, 15 years, it weren't really a big thing, were it? Ghost hunting, it weren't.
No.
Not on telly.
But I do believe but I do believe nothing is a coincidence.
No.
Yeah.
It is meant to be. It is in the plan somewhere, and then we have to unfold it and work it out and choose which way we go.
Yeah.
So I don't think anything is a coincidence. It's all meant to be.
No, David.
Yeah, it's who's going?
David.
Oh, David. Who's
He's
David?
abused everybody now, so he's going.
All right now. Oh, good night, Dave. I can't see him saying good night. I don't know why. Oh, there it is. Yeah. Good night, Dave. Yeah, he's trying to sort his page out. Have fun, peeps. Yeah, bless him. He's still convalescing, ain't you, love?
Oh, bless.
Yeah, take care, mate.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've
Oh, go on. Go on.
No. After,
I would say so.
I don't
Yeah.
know what
So
I was going to say now.
I got interested in paranormal from a young age. Did a lot of reading, a lot of research. History was always my favourite subject at school.
Was it? Oh, I didn't like it.
I loved history.
I hated it.
But I think it was my
I love it
teacher.
now.
The teachers that I had for history were in secondary school were the most amazing teachers I ever met, and they just caught my interest. You know, I mean, other classes I didn't really like teachers, so I didn't really listen that much. But history always, and it just fascinated me. So it like went in hand with paranormal and history, and you sort of looking at one and then looking back. And I have been.
Yeah.
I have been to. We used to go to a spiritualist church quite regular, both of us, me and Lindsay, and we have been on development courses. And I can't remember the medium's name now, and he is quite a well-known medium, but I can't. Can you remember his name? No. So we have done some development courses with him, but it's not something that we've carried on. We're both.
We have, but we don't.
We would never say that we're mediums as such, but we're both. Are investigating that, well, not investigating, experimenting that side with it and trying to. Yeah,
exactly.
So,
that's exactly what I say. I've done. You go through a learning process. I've been to a spiritualist church and done lots of things that you've done as well. And you were spot on with. It comes hand in hand. Yeah. It does come in hand. It's the path that's mapped out for you, and if you follow that path and it's the correct path, it's like it unfolds and it all comes together, and it could, because it's meant to come together. But if you don't follow the path and you choose another way, that's where the negativity comes in. Yeah. And then the things that go wrong and whatever, because it's only my opinion, but because you're not on the right path.
Yeah.
But it does come in hand. It came in hand with me as a child, singing on the piano, like I said, and tears running down my cheeks, and then drawing churches and crosses and graveyards and all the rest of it. And then the paranormal stuff, the spiritual stuff, the angel stuff, the crystals. That's all connected. We are all connected. You're connected, and you're connected with what you do. And now we're connected because I love you too. And I think you like me.
I love you. I love you, Nanny Lee.
No, Michelle. I did see your post, Michelle, and I hope you are feeling better soon.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Michelle.
Surgery.
Oh, bless you, darling. You take care. Take it easy now, eh? Yeah? Yeah, take it easy. But, yeah, it's all connected. We're connected. Along the path, there are sometimes the negative, the people that would what we call spiritual, is it spiritual vampires, that will zap your energy and try and lead you the other way. But you've got to know the difference, and you've got to say no, and get away from all this.
We always think that people that come into your life always come in for a reason.
Yeah, I have always said that.
And whether it's to learn you a lesson, they might come in and it might be a person that's a negative person, but it is to learn you a lesson.
Yeah.
And help you. On your path.
Yeah, you do actually learn a lesson from it as well. But also sometimes you can actually help that person.
Yeah.
Because they might be looking for a way out or a path to go on, but don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Or don't know how to develop. So you in turn, and with me as well, we're all light workers. This is what we're here for. So if we can see the good in somebody, then we can try and help and send it, sort of over to them. And help them as much as we can. So, yeah, and it does get better with age and understanding more of the spirit world, and and all sorts of different ways of thinking, and also talking to people. You have to watch what you say sometimes to people, and how to say it rather than dictate or boss, or you can't force anybody to listen or to learn, but you two have got a way of actually talking to people that they want to listen.
Oh, bless!
And that's well, it's true. I don't speak shit. It's true. You do have a way of speaking to people and treating them as respectful as you would want to be respected back. And people can see that in you. Yeah. So my argument is, if everybody was like that, if we were all like that, wouldn't it be much a better world to be living in?
So much.
But
so
sadly, it's not. Sadly, it's not, is it? So but we've just got to plod along the best we can and do whatever we can. And but along the lines, like you said, with your investigations, etc., you do use your spirit boxes, etc., and whatever. But you started to go back to old school, haven't you? Like I said, with me,
we try to do a mix of both.
Yeah. But as you go on, and as you get older, and you learn more. You'll do less of that and more of your natural abilities, because we're all psychic. We've all got the abilities. We've just lost it.
Yeah.
We've just lost it along the way. Yeah. And I do in time. I really do think in time, everybody will come to terms with that. And it's like we were saying the other night, we're all recycled.
Yeah.
Everything is recycled. We're recycled. And we are coming back and turning around to the beginning again. I mean, Christianity was always a fear thing at one point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then people started to leave that because they wanted to find other things. And this is what's happening now, I believe. They're trying to find out the basics of what life was all about. And spiritualism is one of them. And I don't mean to preach or something like that, but, that's how it is today.
If you go back to the very beginning, spirituality was the connection everybody had. And I agree with Annie Lynn. Over time, it's lost, and it's lost with when you have children, because they get an imaginary friend, and you're like, oh, it's nobody. You take them beliefs away from them.
Yeah, that's right. It is. Have I missed somebody coming in? Hi, Michelle Ball. Sorry, darling. I just noticed 10:05 you come in. Sorry, I didn't want to ignore you. Good evening. Welcome. So I think a lot of it today, like I said, as John said, it comes hand in hand.
Yeah, it does.
we just have to learn as we go along, don't we? But
Yeah.
also there's the sad times of our own lives that take effect. And then everything else gets put on hold. But it's still all learning. It's still all learning curve, isn't it?
It is a learning curve. It is.
Yeah.
And especially with Nanny Lynn, with everything that you've just gone through these last couple of months, you question things. You question but it's a natural process to go through.
Yeah. Yeah.
You find your way in the end, but you find it in that time space you needed. Yeah. Do you know? And then things start making a little bit more sense to you if they can. And you know, and it's like we always say, I don't think you ever get over when people say that things get easier in time, then people have never experienced a loss that's a deep loss. To me, you know, they've not experienced that pain. I think what we do is we never move, but we just learn to live every day, and every day we learn to live that little bit more.
Yeah, we do. Yeah,
I think that's a
it's
big.
It's like forever being in school, isn't it?
It is. It is. But don't you think life, though, in general, is all about? It's just a constant learning. The minute you stop learning, your brain's not active. You're
exactly.
But the more you keep learning, the more actively you.
Well, I think life really. I mean, it always sticks out to me when I learned to drive. Obviously, I'm in driving lessons. I passed my test, and my driving instructor on way on from test centre says, "Right now, it's time for you to learn to drive." And I think that's similar to life. You go to school for them years. Once you leave school, then it's time to learn about life, really.
Yeah.
Because you learn these things from textbooks, whatever, but you don't learn about life itself.
I don't think you ever do, though, do you? Every day you learn.
No. Yeah. Good evening, Claire. Welcome. How are you? I hope you're all right. Oh, you're okay, my darling. Yeah. So you just don't know. You just don't expect that they're not around, as Rachel says. But they are around in a sense. I know Sean's around me, and I've had signs and everything. I've even smelt the not. I keep going to say aftershave, but it wasn't. It was deodorant. That's it. I've smelt that. I've smelt that twice.
Yeah.
Literally waft past my face, and I know Grumpy don't use it. And it was Sean's because there's a bottle up in the bathroom that's still there that was Sean's, so I know it was his.
Yeah.
But other things. Oh, pardon me, I belched then. Did you hear that? No, Deborah. That's bloody Coke. Getting a bit serious. Getting a bit serious now. Got to have a few belches here and there. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I got warm since I've shut that flipping door.
I bet you.
Bella's led by it.
Oh,
Bella's led by it now, so I can't open it. Yeah, so I don't know whether anybody Paul, past life regression. Now Paul would know all about, getting your head on, getting head straight, stuff like that. Paul, would you like to pop in chat if you want and have a little chat with us? Wait for him to answer.
He'll be like, I've just come in.
No, he was. He was here. He was here. Yeah, he was earlier. I don't know. Well, do I press event? Oh no. What do I press?
You could either send it in the same way you sent me. You know, when you click on the invite at the bottom, and then send it in through Messenger.
But it don't come up with his name. Oh, I got it.
Have you got him?
Yeah, I got it. If he wants to come in, he might not want to.
Yeah.
So I got to close that tab now. Go back into StreamYard where you are. Yeah, and if he comes up here, I'll know he wants to come in, and I'll click on him there. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I do. I mean, past life regression. I mean, I'm so fat. I've never had mine done, Nanny Lynn.
No, I am.
No. Oh my God, it's brilliant.
I don't know if I'm scared to find out what I was and who I was.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. A lot of people have said that. Yeah. A lot of people have said that.
Yeah.
But and also they think that Paul's going to put them right out, but he doesn't. You're still here. You're still aware, and you can still say, "I've had enough" if you want to.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you are still in control.
I'd love to have it done, but I'm nervous about it because I'm thinking, is it going to be real, or is it something that I'm making up in my head? Do you know what I mean? It's like, because I've never done it and I don't know how it works. So,
yeah. Okay. Oh, Paul said in 10 minutes.
Oh, marvelous, Paul.
There you go. Thank you, Paul. Yeah. So, I think that Rachel was saying I've been trying or dying.
I've been dying for
Scott
Hello. And the first time I smelt Fahrenheit, and that's the first time I smelt his aftershave so strong. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I think sometimes though, I think if you want it, if you're wanting it too much, or if you're not ready, I don't think the energies would come forward. Because they don't come when we need them.
No, don't come when we want them.
That's it. Them. They don't come when we want
only
them.
When we need.
When we need.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it. It's like when you do the readings, you get what you need at the time, not what you want.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't really understand that until you explain to them. Because sometimes when I do readings for somebody, they say after, I was hoping my nan would come through, blah, blah, blah. I said, yes, but the actual reading was what you needed. And what you've just verified through the reading is all what you needed, isn't it? And she said, well, yes. So I said, well, that proves it. But another medium might pick up on your nan or whoever, whatever. And if it's needed then. I said, so you cannot expect... you can't expect to have what you want in life all the time. No, and that includes readings as well. So Claire,
and how are they
Claire, Paul Goddard, very, very good friend of mine. He does past life regressions. He's an NLP specialist, and he's actually regressed me, and I think I've told the story, haven't I, Lindsay?
Well, you told it, yeah. Wow. It'd be nice for them to hear on yours as well. Sorry.
Yeah, so I always was fascinated with medieval times, although it was hard times, but the fascination was always there. And when Paul regressed me, it's a little bit like a hypnosis, but you knew what, you were aware.
Yes.
And I was Matilda. My name was Matilda in medieval times. And apparently I sold fruit in the day, wandering around the market with my basket of fruit, and then my body at night. So I was naughty Matilda. Not waltzing Matilda. It wasn't waltzing Matilda. Waltzing. Oh, I do not own the copyrights to that song. Yeah, but I eventually married. I married a sailor, and then in the regression, Paul was saying what happened to him, and I said he buggered off and left me.
Wow.
So he went. He says, "Oh dear, I am so sorry about that." So gentle. And then later on, I married somebody that had money, and I became Lady Matilda. There you go. See, so that was in my past life, or one of them.
Yeah.
Another one he did. I was a man, apparently. I just can't remember that one. So I think he's still got the. He used to do a little DVD of them, and so you could listen afterwards, because you never remember them, do you? Afterwards, so that I think is quite scary as well. So I'm going to see what he said. I see what if anybody else comes on and asks any question. And you fascinated with it, you said?
Yes, absolutely. Whereabouts is Paul then? Is Paul near you, Nanny Lynn, or is he?
No, he's in Gloucester, 10 minutes up the road.
Wow.
It's 10 minutes in the car up the road from me.
We may be in Gloucester.
Maybe.
Maybe. I'm looking for holidays for later in year. And we've found a couple of cottages, and there's some down in Gloucester. So before I book,
is there?
Yeah. So before we book, I'm going to send you the areas.
What was that page?
Hang on. If you go,
tell you what
send
area
them me,
it is.
and it's either the Forest of Dean or the Cotswolds, I should imagine.
No,
Evesham.
Near Colford.
Oh yeah, that's the Forest of Dean way. Yeah. What's that? Is that a cottage or
little lodge?
Ah, yes.
Sure, lodge.
Yeah. Oh,
that's it.
That's very nice. Yes.
Yeah. So we're looking.
They're nice. They're lovely.
Like a shed, actually,
Yeah, I know what you mean, but they are like that, though, aren't they? We stayed in a lodge once, or a log cabin, actually, ours was called. Oh, Paul's back. I need to find you the DVD again. Yes, please, Paul. That'd be great.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh, yeah, and then we can see how I was.
Wouldn't Nanny Lynn be able to play the DVD on a share screen, and she could discuss it in corner?
She could do, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be interesting, Nanny Lynn.
Oh. Yeah, okay. I'll have to learn how to do that one then.
Yeah, on a screen share one.
But there's a lot of people that are very interested in that. But Paul doesn't just do that. He helps people with dieting, with drink problems, all sorts of different things. Paul helps. Hello, Angela. Welcome.
I'll have to share Paul. Well, I'll share Paul on page. I'll click on and get his link, and I'll share him on our page on Facebook, and I'll share his link in our YouTube as well.
Yeah. So,
I'm
going to open this door in a minute. I'm melting.
Are you melting? Oh, I'd open it now, Nanny Lynn. It might not be as noisy.
I don't think it is, but Bella's, well, she'll have to move, won't she? Hang on a minute then.
She'll have to move.
I'm sweating. Sorry, Bella.
We're all good, Angela. Thank you.
There you go, baby. Come on. Oh. Sorry.
Oh, did you hear her grumble?
Did you hear her?
Yeah.
Did you hear her?
Yeah.
Oh my God. She looked up at me. She went, sorry. We're all well, thank you, Angela. How are you? Are you well, Angela? Lovely to see you.
It is.
Yeah. Oh no, she's moving on her bed now.
She's moving. But yeah, I mean, we've got some locations coming up, haven't we? We're just waiting for them to give us the all clear to get actually into buildings, because some buildings are staying shut while next year. But there's but because when I'm getting back in touch with them now, I'm just saying that there's just the two of us coming in. If it's on a weekend, then there'd be three of us, because Simon would come with us. But in weeknights, because there's only two of us, they're actually allowing like small group to go in. So hopefully we'll get some dates and prices. Yeah.
Do you have to have permission by most of the places you go? Obviously not the woods, but
some we ask just to if there's a house somewhere abouts, we have been known to go and ask. Just let them know that we're going to be that way, because it tortures and that everything. But no, I think a lot of places we go, if they're not public places,
okay. Rachel. Bless you. Me too, Rachel. Oh, what, Angela? Oh,
I was sending him loads of healing, Angela, my lovely. No worries, Paul.
Oh, Yeah, sorry, Angela. Oh dear.
Always here for a
Got
chat,
your
Angela,
work
if
cut
you
out.
need one.
Oh, darling, that's a shame. That's always always a worry, isn't it? Always something. Yeah. Oh, sending my love and blessings to you, Angela, and healing prayers. I always do this afterwards, and I don't just say it; I do it. So
yeah,
healing prayers for you and for your hubby.
We light candles. We put candles on windowsill for just like little tea tree ones, and just let them burn out before we go to bed to send blessings out.
Okay. Yeah, I got some.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Yeah, I got some.
Yeah, because I mean they don't. I mean they don't take long to stay lit anyway, do they? You know, we're being tea trees.
No.
So tea light, tea trees.
Tea lights, yeah.
Tea trees here.
Have you got a Yorkshire tea tree?
Yeah.
Or is it Tetley?
I think tea trees coming. I'm thinking of midges.
Depends which one's on offer at shop.
Yeah. My friend who lives in Pershore, she loves Yorkshire tea. We ought to get her some in every time she comes.
Really?
She says it's the strongest tea she could get.
Yeah, Yorkshire tea is one of the strongest tea. Yeah.
It really is. Yeah, so you're going to be locations, yes?
We are, yes. This weekend, Saturday, we're hoping to get to one in maybe Lincolnshire. We're not 100% sure yet if we can make that one just yet. But that's where we're thinking of going at weekend. So we are going to be travelling a bit at weekend. But yeah, I think there's loads of history though as well coming up to some places. We do want to go back to the one we planned in other night, last night that we couldn't go to. So we're going to try and arrange to go back to that one, but go a bit later on after park closes, because it doesn't shut while about 10 o'clock. Nanny Lynn's laughs are just as bad as mine.
Other brands of tea are available.
But yeah, it's really good. That one that we wanted
the
to
history.
go to. Yeah, that one. Yeah. I mean, we couldn't find much in the history to that, but you could find there were bits you could find out.
It was interesting what we could find.
It were, and it did have the links to America.
Sometimes you have to go back into say like archives. Not that I would pay, but when I found that Desmond Lemon, was that right? Lemon. I actually looked into church records.
Wow.
Births and deaths and marriages and that sort of stuff, and sometimes that can help you out.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's these sites that you have to pay. But I'd be paying forever, wouldn't I? The way I like to research. So but that was amazing, and I do think he had links to that colliery. So
I think he could have gone in and rescued.
It's all good. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. But you know, there's a heck of a lot of history out there, but some of it's hidden. You have to look further, deeper, or into other areas that are connected. So yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to excuse me. I need the toilet.
That's okay.
Can you talk amongst yourselves, please?
We will.
Sorry, everyone. I need to go. I can't hold it.
That's okay, Nanny Lynn.
Go on then.
So I hope you guys are enjoying tonight. And Nanny Lynn's going to take over YouTube. And hopefully be coming on and doing more lives and more interviews and stories. Oh, look at Bella. So yeah, definitely be looking out and checking out for Nanny Lynn coming live. Yeah. She's just got up and moved from there. She's followed Nanny Lynn. I don't know if it's my speaker. Can you hear me?
No, not now.
There's no. Can't you hear my voice?
Only very slightly.
I think I've just un-upped us.
Do you know?
I know. That one's yours. My speaker's gone. So yeah, so I need to ask Nanny Lynn actually if we do go to Gloucester, if there's any places, or if anybody in chat knows any places that way, and what you sort of like border on, you know. So I do know what would that she's just said. Forest Dean.
Yeah.
Forest Dean is a really interesting place to investigate. That's where St. Barrero's Castle is.
Been there, yeah, you went there.
Yeah, I did. I went to St. Barrero. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. But anybody can actually go and stay in St. Barrero's Castle because it's a YMCA, but it's very expensive to hire.
Look what Grumpy bought me.
Some chocolate.
Sorry, you were talking. Carry on. You all right?
Yeah, I was just saying. Pardon?
Anywhere?
Yeah, yeah, I think it's.
You've been messing about with it, haven't you?
I've pulled wrong thing out. I've pulled that out there. That's better. I can hear it now. Go on. Yeah. We're just saying, if we do come down to Gloucester, we can. What area does it border with, Nanny Lynn?
Did I hear you talking about St. Barrero's Castle?
Yes, I've been there.
I'm me, and I slept there one night.
Yeah, I did.
I refused to sleep the second night.
Really?
Because all I heard was footsteps all night around the room. And we were in the oubliette room where the hole in the floor is.
Yeah.
And somebody was putting my sheet off my bed. And they told me the next day I was in the very bed that happened to. But they didn't tell me. Nice, isn't it?
Yeah. That were very
so
active,
the second night,
was. Yeah.
Yeah. Second night, I couldn't sleep in there. I didn't want to go in there. So I went in what was called the King's Room, I think. It was a King's Room. Yeah. And we played Truth and Dare all night. And I lost.
I think it was in the King's Room. I'm not sure if it were King's Room. And I saw a white lady. But she were like from corner of my eye. And then when we were out in the courtyard area, I heard a dog barking.
Ah, right, okay.
And at that point, they give us like pens and papers, you know, to write down your experiences with.
Oh, yeah, we used to do that.
And I actually wrote it down, dog barking. And then there was a place downstairs where there were some steps, but they didn't lead up to anywhere, but a little boy's energy was seen on them steps.
Ah, yeah,
We were getting reactions on K2 meter and and at that point we weren't you didn't live stream, we were just like videoing it on phone kind of thing. But yeah, very eventful. I'd love actually to go back there.
Oh, excuse me, sorry.
You're okay?
Well, want some chocolate?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that's what made me sneeze. Oh, yes, the little boy at St. Barrero's has been seen many times.
Yeah.
And he's been seen in the kitchen. Yay, here's Paul.
Oh, that's
Paul. Here he is. Well, his hand anyway. Oops.
It's was so incredibly loud.
There you go.
First time I've used this on a mobile phone, so yeah.
Lovely, thank you, darling. Yeah, I've just been talking about you.
Thank you for inviting me onto your YouTube stream.
Yes, on my first report. Yeah, I'm just saying to people here.
Sorry, can you say it again?
You heard me talking what? Sorry, I'm making chocolate.
That's right. I was actually watching, talking about chocolate, your chocolate biscuit challenge, which seemed to be your first YouTube video with great amusement, where you place the chocolate on your forehead and you could just see the chocolate. That certainly gave me yeah, that was lots of fun watching. I watched that twice actually.
Did you? Do you remember that,
Yeah.
Lindsay?
No, I didn't. I have watched that.
A chocolate challenge. You had to put some chocolate on your head when it was hot outside, and you had to slide it down somehow and get into your mouth. But it slid all down here. Paul, you have met Lindsay, haven't you? Or not?
No.
No, but your face is familiar, so I've probably seen you on some other stream or something somewhere. But no, we haven't actually met in person. But I do hear you might be coming down to Gloucester at some point anyway.
Yes. Yeah, hopefully in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. So we'll have to meet up then.
Yeah.
So Lindsay, this is Paul. Paul, this is Lindsay. John's gone off somewhere.
John's just got in kitchen to sort dog out, get her a supper.
Yeah, so Claire was saying, how does past life regression work? I told them a little bit about when I was Matilda. So if you wanted to,
well, there's always
yeah, go on.
Well, there's always different ways that you can get past life, but you do get some people that do past lives through medium work. Myself, I use hypnosis, put people into a nice, deep, relaxed, hypnotic state. And what it is, it's accessing memories. And I always think it's important that you say to people just to come up with what comes to your mind. Everything can be checked out later. So even if somebody says something which is completely random and completely silly, I'd rather they'd say that, because it's what's getting the truth, what they're getting, rather than it being that it's something coming up from like either it could be genuine or it's their imagination. So I'm not sure which way it is. I'm sorry if I seem a bit delayed there. It's actually feeding back to me, so I'm actually hearing my own voice, a little bit like when you've got like the telephone, which just fractionally putting on.
Yeah, that happens to me. I don't like hearing my own voice.
What you might be better doing is
with people in past life regression.
Take me out at chat. Just click on me at bottom. Take me out at chat, because we'll not get as much echo if there's just you and Paul on.
Oh no! Can I do as well?
I don't want to take you out of chat. It's okay. I can get used to it. I'll be absolutely fine. So I'll be okay there.
Well, Lindsay was interested in it anyway, weren't you, love? But she was a bit worried.
Yeah.
A bit worried about actually doing it. So what was your fears again, Lindsay? And then Paula put you right.
I don't know. I think it's just I'm scared to know what if there's nothing. Do you know, like if I go in and there's like nothing, or if I go in and it's like, oh my God, and it's like the same patterns reoccurring, so I'm not learning my lesson that I'm supposed to learn. So you're like living your same life over and over again, kind of thing. I think that's my fear.
Well, if you do come across something which it seems to be a pattern that you're not learning your lesson, it's probably been the good time that you go and do a past life, so you can recognize it's been a lesson and maybe do.
Or watch a demonstration, Paul.
Also, as well, it's important to realise with being, when they come to Gloucester, if they want to have that done, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But also, about all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. So, for any reason, if anybody feels uncomfortable in a situation, anybody would ever come stuck in hypnosis, which some people do, is because they have such a belief that the hypnotist has full control over them. There's no way they can get out of this hypnosis, that they kind of fulfill their own sort of they actually end up open your eyes and you just guide somebody into hypnosis. Yes, anybody can be put into a hypnotic state. Sometimes people are a little bit worried, so they may take just a little bit longer to go into hypnosis. But it's my job to help put somebody at ease so they can go into. But everybody that I've not had anybody that can't go into hypnosis. Once or twice people have struggled with getting the past life regression, but they always get into that hypnotic state. But that's why I tend to like seeing people at home or in 2 and 6 therapy rooms, which I'm using at the moment, because there's like building work and stuff going on, but you can take time to really make sure that somebody gets into that hypnotic state, and if it doesn't work the first time around, you can bring them out. Also, as well, I'm quite lucky that I've got several different techniques of inducing a hypnotic trance. So what works for somebody might not work for somebody else. Some people want to have a quick, pretty much instantaneous induction, where other people it's a bit more slow. But I do all sorts of different inductions, which some actually involve sort of muscle testing, lifting and dropping the arm, which is something I've had to drop out recently of doing that because of the coronavirus. You can't actually go that close to something, but there's still lots of different techniques and things. So if you see some of my earlier videos, I'm lifting people's arms and testing that way. That's something I can't do at the moment, but you know, you can still hypnotize somebody. It just means I have to use slightly fewer tools in the bag and things. So did I answer your question, or did I just go off on a completely different tangent then?
No, you answered.
Good.
I think that's answered your question, Claire, wasn't it? Can anybody please share for us if you can? Let's see if we can get a couple more people on. If not, don't worry. It's only my first time anyway, so but we're sorry.
Well.
I'm sure. Sorry. Yes, I got there in the end with John's help.
Not my help. I'm no good.
Press this, press that.
So, how long have you been doing hypnosis then, Paul?
Well, hypnosis I've been doing longer than 2010, but I actually got a certificate being a hypnotherapist in 2010, but I started in 2005 learning NLP. The practitioner part of NLP stands for neuro-linguistic programming, did contain a lot of hypnotic programming and hypnotic language. It looked into the work of Milton Erickson, who is somebody who was very famous during his time and still is very famous. He was a psychologist, a hypnotherapist, and he suffered polio twice, and using his mind, he actually managed to get himself walking again. So his whole story is absolutely fascinating. So that's kind of the person who I mostly model with hypnosis. But I've also done a stage hypnosis course as well. I never wanted to go in and particularly be a stage hypnotist, but I know that by doing stage hypnotism, it's going to give me a few more tools and techniques which I can add into the hypnotic session with a client. And you know, that sort of stuff that I've learned is just slightly faster ways of getting people into hypnosis. It's not that I'm going to get them to cut like chickens, but like dogs kind of thing.
I bet you could if you tried.
Well, absolutely. I mean, I've always been fascinated with the mind and everything like that. And even when I was at school, I used to try and hypnotize people, which used to be quite a lot of fun. So I don't know quite what the teachers thought, but I think they kind of found it all quite amusing, really.
I didn't even realise you went that far back, Paul. I didn't realise you went that far.
When I was at school.
Yeah, no, I didn't realise that. See, I've learned something today.
No, well, absolutely, yeah. I first became interested in hypnosis and hypnotherapy when I was younger, and I watched a program about a dentist who was a hypnotherapist. And he would hypnotize people in the chair that were very fearful of having their teeth drilled. And the program showed him putting them into hypnosis, and I was just absolutely hooked. And although there were other careers I wanted to get into, like the DJing that you know, Lynn, and the radio broadcasting, the hypnosis was always there. And it was actually when my dad became unwell. Help with the pain just happened in the end, but it was something that, you know, I thought this is what I really want to do with my life, is to use the hypnosis to really help people. And also as well, I've been fascinated in the paranormal since the age of 8, or probably even younger. So I kind of thought I can look into past life regressions now, and it can be used therapeutically, or it can be used for people's interests. So when people do come to me and ask for past life regression, I ask, is this for healing you want the past life regression, or is it, you know, getting names and dates so you can go and do your own research? So I do model the sessions depending on the client.
Yeah, Rachel's saying something there, Paul, for you. When I was young, I was covered head to toe with warts. Yeah. Cut a long story short, nothing worked.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's because what you're doing is when you putting a person into hypnosis, basically a person has what they believe, and you can sort of say to yourself, you know, in a waking consciousness, you know, these warts will disappear, whatever language used. But so by going into hypnosis, you can bypass that conscious mind. There's other tools and techniques you can use as well, but by bypassing the conscious mind, going straight into subconscious, and that's where the healing work can be done.
Yeah. Oh, that's so interesting. What's the most one?
It's the most interesting past life regression you've done. They're all interesting in their own ways. Most people's past lives are usually quite mundane. They're kind of things that, like a chimney sweep, they were made. I can count on one hand the really absolutely fascinating ones, but every story is fascinating in itself. I mean, yours were always brilliant and fun to do, Lynn. But the other person that I know was really good was somebody that I did a live, and he went back to being on the Shan horse, and he was.
So it keeps breaking up, doesn't it? You still there, Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm still here. He was in the German Navy, and one of the fascinating things about it was that he said his father was a clockmaker, and he was in where his father was repairing, so I'm not calling it a clock repairer, and he was where his father was in this regression, looking at the clock. And I said, what is the clock? He said an Osberg clock, which is something he's never heard of before, but afterwards he got on his phone, looked it up, and the Osberg clock, very similar to what he was describing, appeared to him. So that kind of sort of really sort of freaked him out.
Yeah.
So that's one of the wow moments. It's always important that you kind of think both ways, because I'm a believer in past life regression, but I think you should always be aware that there's sometimes things can also get trapped in the subconscious from a long time ago. Another possibility could be, without spoiling it, would be that maybe he had the Antiques Roadshow on in the background. He wasn't even aware that it was on. Somebody was showing an Osberg clock. It was going into his subconscious and things. So, you know, there's always different answers for things. So I always find with past life regression, you end up having a lot more questions at the end of it than actually
what you
answered. But you know, that's what makes it so fascinating.
But it's a bit like we said earlier, though, isn't it, Lindsay? That all things are meant to be. We are, I believe, recycled. So, you know, why not? The mind is an amazing thing. We haven't even scratched the surface of it, have it? What it actually can do. You know, so with somebody like Paul, you could bring it out of people without sort of worrying them and injuring them. And it's just fascinating what actually comes out and what you basically unlock, isn't it, Paul?
Absolutely, and that would be another interesting experiment to do with somebody, if somebody was willing to go ahead and do it. But to just see through hypnosis if you can start accessing some of the brain that isn't actually used, and maybe seeing what sort of extra gifts we have if we did that. And actually, you know, if anybody wants to even try it, you know, at some point in the future, where they have a brain scan at the time, and just to see if that work has actually made any parts of the brain light up that usually don't light up. So that would be fascinating.
Never
for
know.
anybody watching this that is a neuroscientist, do get in contact with me.
What parts of my brain don't work? Most of it.
I'm just in fairyland the majority of the time.
Yeah.
But
But Paul did a lot of the ghost walks with me as well, Lindsay. He started the ghost walks off with me, and then we did a few paranormal things, didn't we, Paul? And then he was a DJ as well, weren't you? And he did a lot of investigations and a lot of interviewing as well with people. So in turn, like Lindsay and I were talking earlier, everything falls into place. Everything's got a plan for what you have to do or need to do. And you followed your path as we followed ours, with your hypnosis and everything, and your past life regression, even with the paranormal, even with the ghost walks, it's all led on to that kind of different subjects that's not the norm. Yeah. So it's just fascinating how everybody turns out, really, isn't it?
It is, yeah. But it's like a tree branch. We all start off similar place, but then as the tree starts growing, you branch out, and I think you find the one interest that you hold the most, and it takes you that way.
Yeah. Do you think that deja vu is?
Absolutely. I mean,
yeah. Sorry if I skipped.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it can be. I mean, as I say, always find two sides of the answer. Is that I think that when you have the deja vu, that would be the point to maybe get a regression to see if more information comes up. Some people say as well that deja vu is a little mini blackout, so that you go to an area, you black out for a second, and because you've done that for a split second, you suddenly think, I've been here before, because you've slightly blacked out. So I don't really know too much about that one, but I think that if you feel very welcome in the place, or kind of particularly as well, like the story which I talk about in my live talks where they had Barbara Carlin, she had memories of being Anne Frank, and when she actually visited Anne Frank's house, she was able to take the shortcuts to Anne Frank's house, which the main public don't know. So when you've got somebody that's able to do that, then I think that's a very compelling argument for past life regressions.
Yeah, because where did it come from? It came from somewhere. It's a bit like our readings and stuff. Well, it came from somewhere, didn't it? Yeah.
And Barbara, like Anne Frank, was a child prodigy, and but she actually wanted to then live her own life rather than just be in the memories of Anne Frank. So it was something that she decided to, after a couple of years of being a child talking about it, that it was something she was going to talk about. I know that she wrote like a prose book as a child, and it was one of the best-selling prose books in her language as well. So fascinating lady anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, it fascinates me with the children. I've been watching a few where you've got young children and they're like 4 and 5, and they're still remembering the life previous, and they're describing a war that they fought in, and places and family members, and it's just, it blows my mind, all this. It's like, wow. But you could see the innocence.
Where did they get it from? Yeah, where did they get the information from?
I always say because the trouble is, I hear these wonderful stories, and a lot of parents say to me, they said something about this, but unfortunately I can't really remember now. They're only young at the time. I was thinking, if the children are saying those wonderful things from a potential past life, it would be absolutely wonderful if the parents can easily now record it, or at least write it down, so you've got that record, rather than, I'm not quite sure, because then the evidence is lost of all the amazing things they could have said. But you can certainly tell the difference between children, because you do get the hardcore skeptics say, well, the children, they make up stories anyway. But you can tell when they're telling a funny story, there's a lilt in their voice, there's a smile. But if they're getting really upset and saying that they were shot in this previous life, that's not the sort of thing that children just usually come out with.
No, that's right. That's right.
It's not the sort of thing either that a child experiences to watch on a telly. I don't think most parents wouldn't have shooting and killing on in front of children anyway. Do you know what I mean? So to experience the physical pain or the mental pain that they think it's physical, I think that's so linked into it so much.
So
Yeah.
Claire says she hasn't had deja vu for for many years, but I'd just be interested to know what sort of places were you getting deja vu at, because that might be something to either with myself or anybody else that does past life regression, or you can get MP3s. I mean, I've done a CD and an MP3, or you can even get them on YouTube. But just to explore that a bit more would be quite fascinating.
Yeah, definitely. See, I'm a dab hand with these buttons now, ain't I?
You are. You're going a bit quick there, Nanny Lynn.
Absolutely.
I am. I'm probably not letting him finish the questions.
Fast hand Lynn.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It's brilliant. Well, it's been an absolutely brilliant night again. It's 11 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock.
At least it's not 12.
No, Bella hasn't bothered me yet.
No,
she's still here, but she hasn't bothered me yet. But it's 11 o'clock, so we I think we'll end there if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I would just like to ask Paul if ever is free on a Tuesday night, if you'd like to join us on Chit Chat and actually go into this in a little bit more depth if you can, and see what other people are. Is that brilliant? Thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
I'll titivate myself a bit more before going on that time as well.
Yeah. Sorry, Paul. No pre-warning.
No. I've loved it, and thanks for this. It's been great.
But we've connected many years, haven't we, Paul? Since the first ghost walk that we've done together, and then we've gone on from strength to strength with other things. He recommends me for things, I recommend him for things, and again, it's all this connection, Lindsay. It's all this what it's meant to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, Claire, don't worry about asking questions. That's what it's for, darling. No problem. If you didn't ask questions, we wouldn't have a show, would we? We'd be talking amongst ourselves, darling. So thank you very, very much, everybody.
Yes, thank you so much for having us on. And lovely to meet you, Paul.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Lovely to meet you too, Lindsay.
There is one question. I must put this on. Sorry. Because it's fascinating me now. Where are we?
Rachel.
Sorry, Claire. Can hypnotists unblock the brain to see more of the spirit world? Now that's a good question.
I haven't done it, but I have seen it happen very successfully. The only reason I haven't done it is just because nobody's actually booked me for that. It tends to be past life regressions, or they wish to feel more confident or change a habit pattern. But yeah, if anybody wants to do that, I'd love to do that, because I'm sure everybody has these psychic abilities. I think just like
who's volunteering?
To ignore them.
I'll volunteer.
Lindsay's volunteering. There you go, Lindsay volunteer. There you go, Lindsay volunteer. So anyway, thank you very, very much, everybody. Lindsay, thank you, darling, and John, give him my love when he comes back.
I will.
Paul, thank you, my darling. Love you as always. And
thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Lindsay.
Rachel said she'll be a volunteer as well. So, okay. Not a lot of people on, but we'll build on it. So good night, everyone.
Connect with me on Facebook, Lindsay, then I can arrange that.
Yeah, definitely, Paul. Will do, my lovely. Thank you so much.
Brilliant.
Right, let's see if Nanny Lynn can shut this down.
I'll just pull the plug. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
So Nanny Lynn's gone.
Oh, hello.
We're still in chat. Nanny Lynn's just left us. She shut the chat down. But yeah, is it Paul Goddard, isn't it, on Facebook?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. I'll find you now, send you a message, Paul, and look forward to chatting some more with you, my lovely.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lindsay.
All right, then.